welcome to what is the first and possibly only channel update I'll ever do. I appreciate the vast majority of people are not going to be interested in how I feel about my YouTube channel. You're just here to look at synths, and absolutely fair enough. But the reason I'm doing this is because many of the channels that I follow, when they do an update video, I find it quite interesting to see about how they feel about the way things are going, what their goals are, and things like that. So for those of you that like to see behind the scenes a little bit, this one's for you. I think it's probably worth explaining why I started the channel in the first place. It's been going for, I suppose, about 4 years now. The main idea was to share my interests and also share what I'm doing musically. I found that most people that produce music tend to go for performing live, but I've always felt ambivalent about doing music live because that's not how I work when I'm in the studio. I do everything from sequences. There's very little that I actually play into the computer itself. It's all planned, it's all composed. So what exactly would I be doing if I was doing something live? Well, the thing is, no one's offering me any gigs anyway, so it's all kind of like beside the point. But we'll see how it goes. I'm going to remain open to it, and if I do end up doing live stuff, then I think it will be, I would do my best to make it interesting. I can't really say much more than that. So that's a bit of a tangent. So going back to the channel then, well, if most producers are going for a live option to publicize their music, then I thought, well, I'm going to try YouTube. Let's do something with that. Obviously, synthesizers and music technology was the best choice in this particular case, as opposed to baking cakes or something. So that's what I've done. Now, it's been a long haul. I recognize my style of presentation is perhaps not the most exciting you're ever going to come across, but that's me. That's what I'm like, and it suits some of you quite well, and lots of people just really turned off by it, and they prefer a sort of more brash approach. In fact, that sort of approach seems to be more popular. That's fine. So this channel has not grown that quickly. It's taken me 4 years to get to this point. So currently the channel has 2,000 odd subscribers, which is great. That's fine. I'm happy enough with that. One thing that's worth mentioning with YouTube, and I'm sure you're already aware of it, that if you can grow the channel to a particular size, you start earning some money from it. Now, I don't think anyone's going to turn that down. I was never particularly ambitious in terms of making a proper income from it, but I wanted to get to the point where it did start to earn money. In order to do that, you have to get a certain number of subscribers, and you also have to have a certain number of watch time hours. In other words, the number of hours that your videos have been watched. So the numbers on that is 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch time hours per year. Now, it's gradually been, I managed to hit the subscriber mark some time ago, but the watch time hours has been much more difficult because they always subtract last year's hours. Maybe you'll get 13 watch time hours today, but a year ago you had 11 watch time hours and they have been subtracted. So the growth is very, very slow. And to be honest, I've worked quite hard, particularly in the earlier part of the year, to get enough videos out there, but it obviously just wasn't enough to attract the interest that the channel needed to grow. So I was getting kind of tired of the whole thing, and I was quite close to the point of knocking it on the head, not in terms of just not doing the channel, but just removing that goal and I'm just going to do this for a bit of fun, and that's it. And then the strangest thing happened. I did the last video and it became very popular. When I first came up with the idea, I thought, well, that one probably would do quite well. And the main reason for that is because it mentions money. At least that's what I think it is. And of course, who wouldn't be interested? You know, cheap synthesizers, what's available? It's got to be worth 15 minutes of your time looking at something like that. That then got me over the line, and the channel now makes a little bit of money, which is, it's nice. Now that was a goal. Now I didn't have any goals beyond that. I still don't have any goals beyond that, because the next stage in terms of YouTube channel growth is something like 100,000 subscribers, where they give you a silver plaque, and then there's like 1 million subscribers, you get a gold plaque. And I just can't imagine any way it should be possible to get anywhere near that. So, you know, maybe if they did something 10,000 subscribers, then it would be worth putting the effort in. So on one side, that kind of leaves me with a bit of a problem. Would I want to try and chase something like 100,000 subscribers? And I think the good news on that one is no, absolutely not. I'm just not interested. I had a goal, which was, let's try the monetization. That seems achievable. And that has now been done. So that's it. So there are no goals for this channel anymore. So on the positive side of things, that essentially means that going forward with the channel, I'm just going to do what I want. Now, it's going to be pretty much the same sort of thing: synthesizer reviews, sound demos, tutorials. But it also means that I don't have to worry so much if I want to do something significantly more obscure that no one's interested, like some of my music theory videos, which are no one's ever interested in those. I can still do them because I'm not chasing this bloody monetization goal. So it's actually going to make things a lot easier. On the bad side, there's no pressure for me to regularly release material, so I don't know how regular the whole thing is going to be. Maybe a little frustrating for anyone out there that wants regular content. So sorry about that. It's just the way it is, you know. We've all got our lives, haven't we? Okay, let's talk about stuff that's coming up. Definitely want to do some more work with the K2000. I've put in a floppy emulator, so I need to look at how that works, how you can get data on and off the USB stick and stuff like that. Now there's loads more videos that could be done about the SY77. I've not even touched the programming. There's the advanced FM combined with the Rompler side of it. It's a very powerful synth. I've demoed the sounds a couple of times, but really that's nothing compared to what it really deserves. The D50, you may well remember from the channel before, there's still a few issues need to be sorted out, but I also bought a D20, which has many issues. I've not even tried turning it on yet. And what else have we got here? So we've also got a Casio VZ1, which actually works fine. There's very little wrong with it. It just needs to be cleaned up and explored. So yet another D. This time it's a D110. There's a program which I'm particularly interested in looking at, which only works on the 110, not anything else. But I also got this U220, which is just a Rompler, but I wanted to have a quick look at that. So I've got this TG100, which is in position for doing a video, but I haven't done anything yet. Might get swapped out for something else. I've got a couple of 05 RWs, Korg. I think this could be a pretty good value item, and I want to look at that a bit more, particularly the editing side of things. And talking about editors, well, if I can get an editing rig, a retro editing rig sorted out, then I'll be going back to the SQR. I've also got the Roland Sound Canvas, similar to the SC7, SC55, this one. Yeah, I want to look at this operation, which is relatively simple, but also do a sound demo. Whether I actually get around to doing them or not is anyone's guess, so we'll just have to see how that goes, okay? One last thing, I'm planning to go to Synthfest in Sheffield in October, so if you're around, feel free to come and say hello. It's always nice to meet fellow synth nerds, so Hope to catch you then. Bye.